far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, 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 won't you let the light shine through? Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, 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 for
Hey, what's up? Paint. Trying to, still doing some tests from some of my old stuff. Trying to find that perfect blue for my Infinity Army. Not working out so far. It's not a blue. Well, it's just blue-gray. Wasn't too bad. What inspired you to draw that exactly? Weren't they the same thing except one was a centipede and one wasn't? Hold on, I was looking at my phone. Let me open up on my computer. Oh, why did I confuse those two? One was a spider, one was a centipede. I was distracted. Well, both of them really. Whenever I saw the centipede first, I thought of, well, I don't know if you've seen the movie, I don't know if you're old enough for it, but the human centipede. And I guess my mind was still trained on that when I looked at the other one, even though it didn't look like no centipede, it looked like more like a spider. What inspired you to draw either one? I'd say for the the first one for me would be that movie. Don't have the other blue. Hmm. Hmm. Hey, what's up, James? The way it's looking like it's like a Necron? Necron style design. It looks very mechanical. Guess it's just a lot of very, what do you call it, sharp lines, I guess what you could say. Come on, come out. Oop. And what is up with our arms? Cannons? Let's see. Or flamethrowers. Hmm. You would need a pilot light for a flamethrower. Also, when you talked about it burying into the ground, it made me think of trying to. Well, for one, there's a couple of animals that I remember from watching, like, because I like watching nature stuff. There is a ant lion, I believe, where it digs a hole around, and it just throws rocks at them for ants to fall in. But there's also a spider that goes in a hole as well, and it just grabs things inside. But what I thought of whenever I saw this creature and talk about how it buries itself and hides, I, and I assume that it kind of goes into the ground and its feet and stuff is sticking, not sticking out, but like it's up so that let me see. So it's like my fingers are its feet, so when something walks across it, the feet just kind of grabs. But that means this would be its back, and this would be its belly. Well, spiders do have a thick abdomen, so it is very much a match. Oh, this is already open. Could imagine, like people investigating the death of someone because of that creature. It's like, yep, it left its clear signature kill move. Everything around it's dead and burning. The entire forest is burnt down thanks to this freaking creature. Everything's on fire. Oh, Jesus. Don't get distracted. 20 meters long. That's huge. Well, I hope you have an origin story for all of this. Looks much better when I double coat. Yeah, that's kind of usually the hardest part, I believe. I mean, how do I say this? There's almost nothing original in the world. But I wouldn't feel too bad about it. The whole point is making something good. You can be as original as you want to be, but if it ain't good, it ain't good, no matter what. You can literally copy another movie, and if that copy is significantly better than another movie, I think people appreciate that. But yeah, lore can be very hard. Because I remember when I was much younger, I would also write stories and stuff too. Let's see. This is a very light blue. Man, I was hoping this is a more of a dance music than pop. Let's move on from this song, please. I don't care to move at the moment. I just want to sit here. Now, one thing Paint for sure is to create models for them, if you can. There'll be a lot of kit bashing. Maybe in 3D printing if you ever get into that. Now that'd be pretty cool. As well as having a lore but actual like physical model. Let's paint his butt. It's light blue. Well, no, I mean, like, I wouldn't doubt that, like, every single store and combination, most combinations has been come up with, you know, it's just because, you know, human beings has been alive for so long, and storytelling has been alive for so long, too. Again, it's not really a problem, honestly. It's just a matter of how good you write. The different, what makes it kind of unique is the different combinations of original stories to make itself original a little bit. I suppose that's one way of doing original story. Yes, now that I would love to see too. Paints now. Ooh, maybe a little bit too much water, maybe. Yeah, any kind of dilution and the paint starts separating from the base coat. Yeah, that blue doesn't look good nice. It's like a chimpanzee. How many well, models. How many characters have you designed, I guess? I don't know if this character is the right way to say it. Species, maybe? I need to actually start painting my tanks and not test painting so much. But I got some new paint, so I want to try it. This is a different kind of blue. It's just blue color. Isn't to rewrite the wheel. Exactly, exactly. Make stuff that people enjoy, even though if it's a copy, kind of, but still. Again, the most important thing is its likability. Well, species. How many species do you have and such in that world? So you have named characters, but how many species? That's what I'm kind of curious about. Hmm. So that looks like that. Man, that's supposed to be transparent and blue, but it's all the way solid. Alright, one more color, and then we're gonna go switch over to painting models that needs to be painted. Man, I'm not having any luck with my Infinity models. Actually, two more colors. Do I not have an open one of these? I don't think I do. This one's already kind of open. You would definitely need to explain every single one of those, but you don't have to if you don't want to. But the AI Onyx? Don't tell me those are the Men of Iron. The AI that rebelled against the human race. Actually, as a matter of fact, real quick, actually, Paint. I highly suggest you looking up Infinity, the game, and looking up the lore on it real quick. And maybe read up on it. You might like the lore in that, actually. Let's see. knocked over my paint there. Um, ooh, like I want to kind of look at the lore. I should have done this. Man, I don't know if this is a good one. But here, let me create a channel for that. Yeah, I can't capitalize. Let's see. There you go, ideas. There is a channel for just ideas in general. Well, under general. Okay. Ugh. Ouch. So let's try the green shade. Paleo blue. I don't know what the actual pronunciation of it, but I call it paleo for some weird reason. I don't know how to actually pronounce that word. Okay. Hopefully this will give me a better luck on the paint that I want. Let's see, I'll test it out on the shoulder pad. Ooh, that is not diluted enough. Maybe. Although, wow, this is looking promising, maybe? It's sticking and it's thin. But it is pulling apart. That looks kind of promising. And it's a dark blue too, so that's good. That is looking pretty good. I am liking this. I may have found it. I may have found a color. I need it to be a bit thinner because I need it to show the silver underlying. Kind of give it like a very, well, silver color, I suppose. This is looking good though, I will say that much. The application is nice. The coverage is nice. I wonder if I can dilute it even more. Let's see what happens if we dilute it even more. Ooh, that's, whoops. Maybe a little bit too much there, but let's see how it does anyway. At least I'll know this is kind of the mixture I want to go with. Let's see, this is a very rough back here. Let's see how well it handles this area. Yeah, it's essentially just liquid now. It's essentially almost like ink. May have put way too much. Just pulling away from the top ridges. Just almost what I want, but it's pulling a little bit too much away. But nonetheless, this is the color, I think. I gotta let it dry and see how it handles it. It's a really nice blue though. I wonder if that's... Let me do a thin layer. Ah, crap. It's too watery now. I'll definitely do a little bit more testing. Where's my Ultramarines blue-red shade right here? coating is not great with this blue. I was hoping to do a thin layer, but coverage is not great for some odd reason. Alright, I'll take a look at it as soon as I can. Ultramarines blue, you disappoint me. At least this particular one did. I'll say that looks really, really good. I need it thinned down. Well, let's see, sorry. Wow, it doesn't really show how good it looks in real life. It's very lacking. Maybe I'll darken up the screen. Let's see what happens. Try to get it to match the color that I'm seeing. Let's see here. Let's darken it up and see if that looks a bit better. Although that looks very light. Like that's a little bit darker in real life. And I could see a bit more detail. It's strange. And amazingly, that is darker and more metallic looking than it does show in a camera. Yeah, I diluted it, trying some things out. Like the blue that I had originally that I covered one of these guys. Not one of these guys. He's kind of ready to go. He's painted on primer, but the other one I painted on this with Ultramarines blue, it looked really good. It had a very metallic sheen to the blue, which was really amazing. And it's kind of like that, but it's a bit better. This blue, it doesn't have quite that sheen. What's up, Francois? That doesn't have quite the sheen to it. Like if you look at it, it's like the blue, but then the metallic portion too. It's a bright metallic, kind of like I guess like you could say like that silver, but tinted blue, and it looked really good. I'm trying to replicate that, but not having the best of luck. But so far, in terms of the colors, this one's the best. Although I think I want the Ultramarines blue though. I haven't had. Hey man, we all get lazy sometimes, you know. Yeah, man, it's just that the camera's not quite capturing what I'm seeing with my own eyes. It's really weird. Again, it's that metallic undersheen. I don't know what really to call it, honestly. It's just not pulling through to the camera for some odd reason. Not when to pull the light away. Maybe that. No, still this. Definitely not. Almost this one a little bit. Two different colors. This Ultramarines blue. This is Paleo blue, whatever you want to call it. Maybe. I honestly, I'm not sure what to call it. It's like a metallic blue, but not. Makes perfect sense, obviously, you know. So the only thing I could say is that it's like it's like your undercoating is a metallic, like a silver metallic, and then you have a very thin layer of blue or just another paint, but it allows the undercoating to shine through to it, giving it like a tint. So you could say it's like a filter on top of the undercoating paint. I guess that might make the most sense. Oh man, I hear something about that. That's is it Hakaslam that has that? I believe. Time to start painting models now. Time to use up this last little bit of gunmetal. Which is you know I think that's Hakaslam that has it. Here, let me show you my tag, which looks actually really cool. So this is Oh, the AI faction, Combined Army, I think. So I am 012, and this is my faction's tag. It's pure pewter, by the way. Ooh, a Lariat? No, I don't know any faction like that. That doesn't sound familiar. So this tag looks really cool. It's freaking heavy, and doesn't have a blast weapon, but still. So it looks really cool in my opinion. It's a Zeta, I believe it's called. And I have my tricks with it, because I don't if you can you see that? You can kind of see that. It looks like armpit hair right there, but that's it's my trick for gluing pewter together. Armpit hair. No, that's not actually what's used there. See if I can remove that little bit there. But yeah, all the models I have are pewter, and man, that brings back days in 40K. One you can do with a silver base coat and add contrast or oil colors. Hmm. Oil colors? What do you mean by oil colors? Like I tried using this one, which is watercolor ink. Let me get the which didn't work. It was garbage. I tried, doing a gray wash from Vallejo. Didn't quite work either. I tried Liquitex ink, which I think actually came pretty close. Here, let me try this real quick. Liquitex ink. I want to try that again. I think it's super strong. So I don't know if I can dilute ink. I don't know if water is the proper way to dilute ink, but let's give it to this guy. Yeah, that arm looks really nice. You can actually kind of comes through a little bit on the picture. Not quite though. So let's try not diluting it first. Let's do this leg. So I guess the problem is it doesn't quite stick. Or maybe it does if you apply enough of it. Yeah, it doesn't quite stick. And I'm wondering if it's because of the primer itself. It's supposed to be paint plus primer, which I don't know if that really works well. Having to paint over and over and over again to make sure all areas are covered. And there we go. Let's see if you can even see that. It's this pretty much this area right here. Aleph. Aleph? That's Combined Army. Aleph is a sub-faction of it. Let me grab. So, like, I'm 012, and 012 has two sub-factions to it. They have the main 012 faction, and then they have the Starmada faction and the Torchlight faction. And I played Torchlight. So we can see that this paint is actually really good. I mean, this ink is really good on a spray paint that's just a primer and not primer plus paint. Especially one that's like, a metallic color. Actually, it's kind of peeling off from there. But yeah, that looks really good, actually. You can see it's like adding details and such to it. Creases and stuff. And it's sticking pretty good to the except for right there for some odd reason. And then it goes away, add that. But yeah, it looks really good on that model, which is just primer. But for these model, for some reason, it's sticking now, but I had to really apply it. So let me try diluting it and see what happens. Yeah, Aleph is purely AI. I think it was created or co-created by O12 as well, because O12 is supposed to be a like a cop faction. We're the one who arrests people for evading their tax returns. Gilliman would be proud. Nah, I think O12 is like a cop faction or whatever, and they created Aleph to help them. Yeah, it's not sticking. You can see it kind of pulls up and then pulls away from the model. But if I keep applying, it might eventually stick. I wonder if I add something else instead of water. But instead add a matte medium. Maybe that will help it. It'd be kind of weird, but let's try a whole new area real quick. So let's do two drops of that. For an ink, let's add matte medium. It's gonna be weird. I don't know if this is gonna work or not. If it works, man, that'd be amazing. Hopefully it doesn't blow up my house though. Okay. Okay. So hopefully the matte medium will, I think, allow it to help stick a bit better, maybe? Not sure. I'm not a paint doctor. Let's try the gun. So, well, definitely did not help it stick any. Don't know if it did anything to it at all. But if I keep adding more and more paint, eventually there's going to be enough paint that'll stick to each other. Yeah, just a sheer amount of paint on there allowed it to stick. It's not necessarily that the matte medium did anything. So it looks pretty nice though. I'll say I like that look a bit better than that one because it's a bit thinner in the coating. So this as opposed to that arm. I can't really see, yeah. Yeah, you can actually kind of see the gun itself where you can kind of see the undercoating, but it's like a blue tint to it. Whereas this arm does roughly the same thing, but it's quite shiny. It's not too bad, but if I can thin it even thinner and make it like like a tint to it, that'd be even better. Let's give another shot real quick. Right here. It's a lot. Yeah, if I keep thinning it down, it's just gonna keep pulling away from the model. Like that, the fingers there. I don't know if you can see that. Come on, focus. There you go. Finger silver, paint over it, and then the paint just kind of pulls away from it. Oh, maybe I added enough now. Nope. Yeah, I guess it's the paint itself, the base coat. Crap. Alright, time to go back to painting gladiators a little bit. Alright, need gunmetal, that's right. I drop a matte medium to it just to kind of add more mass so that I can extend the or get more out of the paint. Hey, man, let me know about the game too and in there. I'll take a look at it as soon as I can. Take pictures and stuff of the game, like turn 1 and turn 2 and stuff, just to see the progress of the game. You know, end of turn 1, or deployment, end of turn 1, end of turn 2, end of turn 3, turn 4, and turn 5. To an extent. So I need to add multicolors to this thing. Oh yeah, I'm sure he wouldn't mind. Just don't take a picture of him, you know, take a picture of the game. You're gonna get a lot of crotch shots though, probably, so be mindful of that. Just paint this all gunmetal. Not trying to be precise or fancy or anything like that. I mean, it's a tank. Just needs to be colored decently. Can't wait to go back to character models. Takes forever, but they require a little bit more detail. Close that for now. Man, I need more room. Let's see where else can I paint? too much detail on this model. Man, there's still so much supports in this this model because of how complicated the shape is. Can't exactly remove all the supports immediately just because it needed to be cured. Major supports was removed, but not all, like little tiny supports. Ugh. Oof. After the gunmetal, I'm trying to think what else I need to paint on there. I need to patch up, that's for sure. I don't think there's much else after that. I mean, there's a lot of gunmetal to paint, but that's what it is for tanks, though. I'm not going to paint the undercoat of this tank because, well, you don't really see the bottom. So no real reason. I mean, I could paint it all black, I suppose, but eh. I may paint it black though. Oh, my bad. Okay, that's fully painted. Will I be able to finish the tank before I go to bed? Oh, doing all these little tiny ribbits. Oh my gosh. Am I gonna do that? I think I will, because it will look nice. Not too shabby. Almost had enough to finish an entire tank. Doesn't look too bad. Definitely gotta do more rivets. Sounds like I said a frog. Definitely gonna have to paint that over and clean it up a little bit. Clean up the blue a little bit as well. But other than that, it's looking fairly decent. Again, lots of blue missing that I need to paint over, but not too bad. Alright, I think I'm gonna call it a night. I try to stream every day around 4 to 4:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and try to stream for at least an hour. And an hour a day gets the keeps the doctor away, or at least the people who complains about armies not being painted. Not really, there's not a lot of those. But I made a lot of progress every hour. It's pretty nice. I highly encourage people to if you wanna find time to paint your army, an hour a day just dedicated to painting gets a lot done. Although it's kind of slowed down because of trying to figure out a good blue color that will work. Nope, this is the wrong guy. This is the right guy. That is nice. That is nice. Oh, you can actually see it. You can see it on the camera now. That gun is the color. Slightly better in real life, but it's actually really close compared to all the other paints. Yeah, that's like this not this dark, but that blue, that's looking pretty good. I might have to use the ink then. Anyways, if you like my content, please consider subscribing, thumbs up, this down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.